Warning, the following content is content. Yes, content. It's also heavily biased content, very opinionated content, but good content. If you've been around long enough, you understand that we're heavily opinionated individuals, but we at least acknowledge that our opinions aren't facts, they're just opinions. We believe they're facts sometimes, but that's personal bias. You have that. Anyway,
Everyone, welcome to Far Side of the Pod. My name's Jordan, and we got Ridge,
Was cooking, y'all.
Mikey,
hello.
and Caleb.
At you.
And today we're gonna kick off like how we've normally been for a while. We're gonna start off with some college football. All right. So we had some good games this week. I know. Funny thing to talk about. Miami got beat by Georgia Tech. That was that was funny. Then good old Georgia got beat by Ole Miss. Somehow they're only ranked 11, one under the people that just beat them. Um,
It's called a script.
Colorado beat Texas Tech. South Carolina beat Vanderbilt.
Colorado's ranked, by the way.
Yeah, they've been ranked for a couple weeks.
I just now noticed this week.
And then, like I said, South Carolina beat Vanderbilt, pretty much swapped places with them. Georgia smacked the shit out of Maryland. Not Georgia, but Oregon. Alabama smacked the dog shit out of LSU. Now they're back in the top
Yeah,
10
that was
somehow.
disappointing. But it does make us look good.
But now they're back in the top 10 somehow. Notre Dame beat the shit out of Florida State. Um, Ashton Genty and Boise State is still wiping the floor with folks. BYU won on a miracle play. This has been pretty crazy week of football. Tennessee played Mississippi State. I was lucky enough to be at the game last night, and it was a grand old time. The thing that really got us about the game is Nico didn't return at halftime. Hypo said it was just for a precautionary, make sure he's good for next week against Georgia. But I remember me and my grandfather looked at each other and was like, "Where the fuck is Nico?" And we were like, "I swear, if they just took him out just to just to be all right, you played enough this week, you can wait till next week to play anymore." And we were only up by like 2 touchdowns, and I was like, "Oh my god." If we lose this game because Gaston Moore throws this shit, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Well, he come out and he did a whole hell of a lot better this time around.
Yeah, he did better than I thought he would. That's for damn sure.
I mean, he showed me he's capable, and honestly, I've read stuff where people were talking about it, and they were saying, Heupel was playing chess while everyone was playing checkers, and said that it's probably good to let Gaston get some reps in just in case Nico actually does end up getting hurt versus
Right,
Georgia. Then Georgia wouldn't know what to do. They don't know how to prepare for who they're going to end up playing with.
right.
So, I mean, you never know.
I mean, hell, Dylan Sampson crossed 1,000 yards yesterday. Also got his 20th touchdown. So he
Doesn't
put.
that put y'all number one in the SEC right now?
Yep. Yes, we are.
Yep. It'll be nice to take that title to the playoffs if we can make it there.
All we got to do is beat Georgia, and we're a lock for the SEC championship. So I hope I'm praying that happens, and I think it's more plausible to happen this year than any year, honestly. But Ridge, I'll let you talk about Florida versus Texas.
Oh man. Well, did you watch it? Because I sure the fuck didn't.
No, I was in Knoxville.
Oh man, that was a bloodbath. Is all I can tell you. I was so disappointed in that team because not just the team. My disappointment lies within just the whole athletic department. department right now, and I'm talking all the way up to the top of the chain on that end of Scott Strickland for allowing Billy Napier to stay for another year. After this, he will still be there. He doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, it's wild that they announced that.
Listen, don't get me wrong. I understand that we are running off of having a uh heck, I can't think of what you call an interim president at the school right now. But that doesn't mean that we can't make the moves to go ahead and fire Scott Strickland. And the only reason why I feel like he's keeping him too, other than the interim not firing his ass, is because he thinks that there's too much money that he's already put into Napier, which he did. He put a shit ton of money into Billy Napier, a guy that wasn't in a top football program to begin with. He had a good football program, but wasn't a top tier program.
Right.
But he threw the money at him anyways. So now he's stuck with him because he feels like he should be stuck with him because of how much money he cost. Not only that, but also athletic directors don't pick more than 3 head coaches. It's 3 strikes and you're out. They're
Right.
lucky to get 3 head coaching picks for football. That's not normal. So why are we having to put up with this? Other than Scott Strickland needing to be fired, he's not doing good at his fucking job. He's not making good decisions. It's being proven out on the field. We're not going to have a good recruiting class. And if we do, it'll be by a miracle. I'm not bought in right now, and I won't be bought in 2025 neither unless a fucking miracle happens.
Yeah, y'all need it, that's for sure.
I mean, we can't have a miracle because our one miracle that came in got hurt because we don't have a fucking O-line.
Right.
That's the issue with Billy Napier is that he wants to run the offensive coordinating job his own self too and the head coaching job. The only thing that might save his ass is if he would get an offensive coordinator to come in and help him with running the offense and getting us a damn offensive line.
I think your quarterback, he's not a bad quarterback. It's just he doesn't have protection. There's not enough leadership on your staff to like nurture his abilities. So I mean, I think it's wild that they kept him. It's just it didn't track for me, but like honestly, I think next year will be his last year.
Now take it too. Lagway pulled a hamstring, if I'm not mistaken.
He did
And
something to
he
it,
was
yeah, but it was
he
a
was
freak accident.
yeah, he didn't get hit. But the O line ain't holding up still, either way. And our fucking backup quarterback is a walk on. How is a walk on our backup to our backup right now? How is that third string? Y'all do realize that at one point we had 2 other top commits?
Yeah, that's called unpreparedness. It's putting all
Jane
your
Rashada
eggs.
was one of them, and then another dude that I can't remember the name of, but he went to Ole Miss.
I don't know. I don't remember.
And isn't it also funny that once it was found out that Billy Napier was staying in Florida, the past 2 Saturdays, Lane Kiffin has done incredibly well.
Yep.
It's kind of like he was trying to look bad at first, so that way he could be open for the job. But whenever he realized that they was moving on with Napier, he said, "All right, well, I guess I'm going to turn on my team again." As in, he's going to make them good, not turn around and leave them.
Right, I got you.
There's another interpretation for that phrasing, but I will leave that to everyone's imagination.
In a good way or bad way.
Depends on the context.
Those are children you're talking about, Mikey.
Uh,
Ridge, you done with your rant?
I'm done. I'm sorry. I had to get that out of my chest.
I mean, hey,
no, you all good.
no, you got a good reason to be ranting, man.
I've been holding that in, and it's pissed me off.
He said, "I've been waiting."
And then, I mean, it just like what was they expecting to keep him?
Right.
Did they think that was all of a sudden going to pump up the team to go up against Texas too?
I don't know. Maybe.
We got chump change points because they put in all their backups to go against our starters.
What's sad is their backups are some of their backups are some of the best players in the country.
And the way we played makes me question how we're going to play against Florida State.
Makes you question against Florida State.
Yep.
That's saying something, especially this year.
Damn.
Florida State still only got one win, right?
I believe so.
Damn.
But I'm not trusting our team right now. I'm not trusting the coach. I'm not trusting a single thing that we have going for us right now.
Right.
And I'm worried about putting Lagway back in because if you put him back in, well, what if it gets hurt again right here in our last? I mean, you can put him in for Florida State, but don't put him in the next two games. You got LSU and Ole Miss. Let them smack us. We're not going to a bowl or anything. We'll be fine without him.
Yeah. Honestly, Ridge is just guess you just gotta try to coast away from it for the rest of the year.
Well, it's hard to do whenever you're a fan of a team. You
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah. I get you, dog. I get you.
Okay, now I'm done.
All right. So next up, we're gonna talk about. Let's see. So I guess D23 had an event in Brazil over the
Yep.
week over the weekend, and they showed some trailers. I don't remember everything. Ridge, you might have more on that, but they showed the trailers for. Well, they showed the official trailer for Captain America: Brave New World, which we got to see Harrison Ford's Thaddeus Ross or Red Hulk in full effect, and I'm glad in the trailer it actually showed like his hands like singeing with fire, and like you could see, I mean, the fire in his eyes and everything. Like there, there was probably maybe around our D23 video or something like that. We were talking about it, and I said I hope that they kept that in the movie. So
I don't remember.
I'm pretty stoked that they kept it though. And honestly, I think he looks fantastic. Like genuinely, I think he looks cool.
Oh yeah, I think he looks cool as shit.
I didn't know how it was gonna look with Harrison Ford's face on it, but I'm proven wrong. I think he looks great.
Yeah, I was a little nervous about it, but it's turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of wigged out at first, but then when I saw it, I was like, yeah, it works. Still kind of wish we got the Sam Elliott version, but
Yeah, that'd been cool. Uh, what do you expect from this movie, Ridge? Like, what do you think? How do you excited for it?
I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what they do with it. It seemed very interesting of a trailer. I think my main excitement lies in seeing just Red Hulk finally. I've been
Right.
wanting this for a while. I also hope that we can get uh, the Hulk versus Red Hulk at some point, whether that's in a World War Hulk movie that they do, like they've talked about, maybe. or if it's, in this movie, hopefully, that'd be cool too. I'd be
Yeah,
fine with it.
that'd be really cool.
Uh, we're also, and we all, I know that we're going to talk about it here shortly too, but we're also getting introduced to the Thunderbolts. So maybe at some point you put Thunderbolt Ross with the Thunderbolts because, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Next up on the list was Thunderbolts, and I was gonna say I'm super excited for. I'm honestly for both of them. I'm super stoked for both of them. I think they both look fantastic. This is the first time in a while where I'm like, I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine, yes, and everything, but like I'm actually excited for these movies, and it's good to be back to where I'm like genuinely excited about some Marvel content. Which I was
Well,
excited. I was excited for Agatha all along. I thought Agatha all along was pretty good.
that was great.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I thought it was good, and there was a bunch of people trying to hate on it, and I was like, "How are you going to hate on it? It's
They're just,
actually good. It's one of
they're
the few series Disney's done that's actually been really, really good."
they're just trying to hate on it because there's lesbians and
I mean, but it
gay
tracks
kids.
if you look at the history of witches.
How you
So I
gonna
mean,
hate from
it's
outside the club? You can't
and
even get in.
I know, right? But like, if you look at the history of witches, that's kind of that's kind of paired with it.
Right,
So I mean, I don't know
but
why
like,
they're
Oh,
complaining
no,
about
we
that.
talked some shit about. Well, I'm not going to get into that. We said that we weren't going to talk about on this episode.
yeah, we'll wait and save that big part for the next time. But going back to Thunderbolts and Captain America, I did see you can see Seth Rollins in a quick clip on the trailer. If you can't tell because he's wearing an FBI like outfit, like a SWAT team outfit. But like,
So,
so,
did they keep him?
I guess they at least kept him in that shot because like you can see his eyes and it's Seth, but maybe he could have been just playing like they just used him as an extra in a scene.
I was going to say that, or is this just going to be something that we only see in the trailer?
Yeah, that could be possible too. Um, but I think both these movies generally look great. I'm excited for them. I'm tired of people hating. I mean, but the thing is, sadly, we can never get away from people hating. Um,
Haters gonna hate.
Hey, appreciate.
I honestly, I think Thunderbolts looks really good. I feel like I'm a little bit more excited for Thunderbolts. It looks like
Yeah, I think that's my more.
it looks like
Like, I
we're
can't
I
getting
feel
wait
like
to
that.
we're getting like the Marvel version of the Suicide Squad.
I can't wait to see. Like, I think my biggest thing is seeing whatever Bob is going to be like whenever we actually get to see Century.
Yes, and I'm
Not
excited. I'm excited to see Sentry because we're pretty much getting the MCU's version of Superman. So one of because there's like multiple versions that are like that, but Sentry is really good, and I'm excited to see him. Um, Ridge, was there anything else from D23 Brazil that we didn't touch up on or I don't know about?
Lilo
uh,
and Stitch.
Oh yeah, yeah, we got
yeah, they
Live
Coco.
action,
dropped
yeah.
that, which it just makes it seem so exciting to see that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it actually looks really
But
good.
I mean, other than that, the only other thing that really caught my eye that I've seen people talk about was Ice Age 6 got announced.
oh yeah, yeah. Ice Age 6 did get announced, so I'm pretty stoked about that. But yeah, they showed the live action version of Stitch, like you mentioned, and I think it's perfect. I was so scared how they were gonna make him look, but I'm just stoked that they made him look exactly like he does in the cartoon, just furry.
Well, see, that's the thing. They took the lesson from every. I think honestly, a lot of CGI people took a lesson from the Sonic the Hedgehog fiasco
Yeah,
and just kind of said, "Yeah, let's make it realistic, but let's leave the cartoonish effects to it because that's what really makes them stand out."
right.
Well, I mean, listen, since the Sonic fiasco, though, I don't even think that had anything to do with the Stitch one because we've had Mario. Well, Mario wasn't live action. My bad. Never mind me. Just don't pay attention to me sometimes.
Oh my
As I say,
gracious!
I'm not sure there has been anything else other than like Disney live action remakes.
I forgot. So Feige was there, right? Apparently he was there with like Disney's like parks or something like that for something. But he also had like a Marvel panel, and when they showed these trailers, and I guess he said something about Miles, like live action Miles Morales, and he pretty much said that. Well, the way he said Miles Morales will be in the third like Spider Verse movie. And it sounds weird at first, right? Like, of course he is. He's the main character. But I've been saying this for a while, and I've probably said it to at least you, Caleb, and Mikey. I think we're gonna see the live action version of Miles Morales in Spider Verse 3, or Beyond the Spider Verse.
Ooh.
I think that's where we'll get our live action debut of Miles Morales. At least like
Yeah,
a
if they ever get the fucking movie finished and put out,
they're getting there.
boy, I'm so salty having to wait on it because like that
Yeah,
cliffhanger, man. Ugh.
and all of us are pretty. We want to watch it too.
So
Yeah,
something
I was
else.
like, and then when I
No.
found out it was gonna be years before we got the other one, I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand. Like on one hand, like I hate that it was delayed a bit, but on the other hand, that animation requires so much work.
Yeah, but I mean, let's be honest here. That animation style would be so much more popular too if Warner Brothers had allowed the Batman Beyond series to be animated or Batman Beyond movie to be done that way.
I don't
I
think it
mean,
would. I don't think it'd be better than the Spider Verse movies.
I
No, no,
see
I
what you're
didn't say
saying,
better.
but
I said, imagine how much more
I mean,
work they would have.
Well, I
yeah,
mean, we got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in that form right now.
uh, different animation. I mean,
Yeah, it's a little different,
Pretty much the same.
yeah, you're right, but yeah, let's yeah.
but it ended up being a good movie. I liked it too.
But I'm really excited to see what happens. I'm crossing our fingers we get a really good actor as Miles. I hope they don't drop the ball on that.
The only thing else I could think of with D23 was that they gave the release dates for all the movies that they showed trailers to.
Right, right, yeah. Which we knew. I knew at least one of them before then, but I'm excited. We got some good stuff coming up, and just a quick before we get to the big part of the episode, I wanted to bring up that I did finally post the video of our walkthrough of Chattanooga Comic Con. I know it was a couple weeks late, but been busy boy and finally got it up for you.
Life happens, they'll get over it.
Yeah, but at least we got it up. At least we didn't just post nothing. But
It's true.
okay, so I kind of just thought about this, and I don't know how. I'm starting to feel like I don't know how we're going to do this because I at least know how you are, Ridge, with these movies. But today we're going to do a tier list of the Harry Potter movies.
What do you mean you don't know how we're going to do this?
Because, inside of you, you want to say S tier for all of them. Like, there's
I thought
such.
we was doing a bracket.
No, we're doing it. Would y'all rather do a bracket than a tier list?
I mean, I don't care either way. I'm fine with a tier list or a bracket, but we did a bracket with movies. I just figured, I mean,
Think
like
of,
if we do a tier list, yeah, it's easy to slot all of them in S, which is a good point. I mean, we could also do a tier list of every Harry Potter movie and see which one is the best out of all in our opinions. That
Okay.
that one might be a bit more decisive. Might lead us to yelling at each other more, which is content.
Let me see how they got this. They got this thing all fucked up, brother. There's only 8 movies, right? Why does it feel like there's like that's not done right?
I mean, if you include the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Because there's only 8 movies, right?
Yes, there's only 8 with Harry Potter as the main character.
Right. Trying to see which ones are which.
But you also have Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them as a part of that movie franchise.
Right. Okay. The way that this is like laid out is tripping me, but I see it now. Okay. Okay. I'm a little confused because I'm sitting here counting 8, and I'm like, why am I so confused? But I see where I'm mixed up. Like, you see like the poster for Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, like Part 7, Harry Potter, whatever, and it's clearly like the last movie poster, but then all the other ones kind of like look the same, so it kind
Uh
of like threw me off.
huh.
All right, so what I'm gonna do on this one, so it doesn't like weirdly like randomize it. I'm gonna shuffle the seating in this bracket, so we don't completely know anything about who's facing who, and we'll go from there. Y'all ready?
Yep.
And we are
No.
stopping right here with this one. Oh fuck! I can already tell this is gonna be a crazy one. Oh Lord Jesus! Now this thing ain't moving. What is going on?
You good?
Apparently not. All right, now we're good. All right, I think. All right. So, and I want y'all to explain why you think these movies would win, because I want to hear some good reasons. So we've got Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban versus Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Ridge, I'll let you start.
Uh, so for me, it has to be uh Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay, explain.
To me, the Chamber of Secrets was just a slow movie. It felt like a filler. If that makes sense.
I get it. It is the sequel, and most of the time sequels just feel like
Like it didn't like compared to the rest of them, it just didn't feel right for some reason.
I don't know.
Like even
I
going
like.
back to one,
I think Chamber of Secrets is slept on.
it's okay, but it's not the best one out of the bunch.
So you said Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yep.
Okay.
That and also, that's where we first get introduced to Sirius Black
And Lupin. All right, Caleb.
and the Sirius Black.
What are you thinking, Caleb?
I really love both of them. They're both very good. But if I was gonna choose one, I'd have to say Prisoner of Azkaban, just because I mean that's where you get the map. Um, it's just it's an iconic one. And it's also where Harry gets to have a connection with a human being that would have been like a family member to him. So it was just kind of a special movie.
Wait, doesn't Harry gets the map in Order of the Phoenix, doesn't he?
I don't
Because
think so.
he's trying
No,
to sneak around Umbridge, is it not?
no, 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 no. I'm pretty sure he got it in Prisoner of Azkaban because he was sneaking around, and that's when he discovered Peter Pettigrew's name in it. That was
Yeah,
still walking around.
there you go.
Oh, you right. You are big right. Yeah, I remember that now.
I know my stuff, bro. But yeah, I'd have to say Prisoner, just because I mean it's just an iconic. It's probably the most iconic out of the mid tier, in my opinion.
Okay. Mikey?
I'm also gonna have to say Prisoner of Azkaban because I like as a kid the movie scared the crap out of me. And as an adult, I can't pinpoint why. I think I was always just mostly scared of the Dementors.
I mean, fuck, look at Lupin's werewolf. He looks like a skinwalker.
Yeah, I mean, but like the premise of Azkaban scared me, and the Dementors scared me. But that's another thing. I loved Lupin's character.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did. I thought the whole thing was cool. I was like, "Oh shit, a werewolf? What?" And then and of course, Sirius Black. I know we've all pointed that out, but then Sirius Black, Padfoot, and I was like, "Oh, what the fuck? That's cool. Oh shit." So, yeah, I'm gonna have to pick Prisoner of Azkaban just because it introduced me to two characters I'd wind up loving for the entire
I,
thing.
it's a clean sweep. I mean, y'all know Sirius Black's my favorite character in the franchise, and Lupin's at least my third. Like, I can't think of who my second is off the top of my head, but I know Lupin's at least my third. But the story, I love the story of it, and the mystery, trying to figure out all the shit that's happening in it. Then Sirius coming into it, and Harry saving Sirius, and finding out that that's his uncle, pretty much his uncle, godfather, pretty much. And I just loved their connection, especially in the older movies, well, the later movies. But I really love both those characters, and the story in it, goes a long way as well. So I just can't put it down. And plus, the scene where he saves Sirius Black, and the Dementors come to Harry, and he does the famous, Expecto Patronum scene, and then the what's it called, Ridge? The spirit.
The dang, you put me on the
Patronus.
spot now.
Patronus.
Think of
The
yeah.
Patronus, Snape's Patronus that he sent to him that saved him, and he, swore up and down it was his dad and all that jazz. Great scene. That's, one of the.
I thought it was his mom that he thought it was.
No, he thought it was his dad.
Uh,
Yeah. Because he was sure that his dad would have done that to get his thing, but like you said, it would have made more sense because it was his mom, because it's his mom's Patronus, and Snape's Patronus was the same as Lily's. But yeah, Prisoner of Azkaban moves on, top tier movie in my opinion. So next up, I think this one's pretty fucking easy. But we got Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or if you're feeling froggy, the Philosopher's Stone.
you feeling fancy?
Then we also got it facing the Goblet of Fire. I'm gonna start off. I'm saying Goblet of Fire for the homie Cedric. For the games are always staples to me. Especially the Dragon Challenge. I always love that scene of him flying around Hogwarts while the dragon's chasing him. Then, I mean, the maze. The maze is so scary and iconic. That whole scenes with Voldemort, finally get to see him in full form. Then, rest in peace, Cedric, my boy. But yeah, I'm going with the Goblet of Fire. Ridge?
You're going with the goblet. Oh wait, no, shut up. Golly, I'm awful. Yes, the Goblet of Fire is the best one,
Hands down.
and will always be hands fucking down the best one. So
Yeah, debatable.
it's
Caleb, which one's
okay
your
to be
favorite?
wrong.
Goblet of Fire, though, 100%. I like the Sorcerer's Stone. It's a good movie, but Goblet of Fire all day long against that.
Okay, Mikey?
Okay, look, I love Goblet of Fire as much as y'all do. Trust. Let me lay out something real quick. Goblet of Fire is my pick on this, okay? But first, for the love of God, do not sleep on the Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh, no.
That's the
No.
first. That's the first one. That's the
Yeah.
first one. Now, I don't think Goblet of Fire beats it all day long. I'm picking it because it's my personal favorite of the two. But when it comes to the Sorcerer's Stone, we meet everybody there. You're going to sleep on the first dining hall scene?
No, you're
No,
Shut your
right.
I'm
mouth.
not
You're
sleeping
right.
Shut
on
your
that.
mouth.
Oh.
Shut your mouth. You're not sleeping on the first dining hall scene. You're sleeping on me and Hag. You're sleeping on me running through Diagon Alley. You're sleeping on the first bank scene? No, dog. You're sleeping on we'll take the whole cot. Like, no. But Goblet of Fire for my boy, Cedric. Like, I always remembered Robert Pattinson as Cedric Diggory more than I did Edward.
The fuck did you
But,
say?
huh?
I said, the fuck did you just say?
What do you mean?
What,
You threw me
what,
off rail.
what was his name again?
Cedric
That's-
Diggory?
Come again? I'm just kidding. Just keep going. Bad joke. See, I do it.
You about to
Someone
hear
did
me
it.
come kicking your door.
Someone,
You about to hear me come kicking that door.
someone did that joke to me last week when I said his name, and
Oh
everybody's
yeah,
like,
no, wait,
oh, now that
no.
I
You
say
good?
it,
You
everybody's
good?
like,
No, you good. That's deserved. I forgot. I worked, so I forgot. It slipped my mind. That was deserved because I did that to you last week. That was
I'm gonna
deserved.
just,
All
I'm gonna
good.
just,
All good.
I'm gonna just sit on this fucking Dr Pepper bottle and call it a day. If you get what I'm saying, folks. All
Kinky.
right,
But
so,
Goblet
yeah,
of
Goblet of
Fire for
Fire.
me. Just don't sleep on the Sorcerer's Stone.
No, nobody sleeps on any of these. That's why I said it. It made more sense to do a bracket because I didn't know how he was gonna do a fucking tier list. I'm not gonna
Well,
lie
It
to
would
you.
all been asked, and we would have like ended the
Well,
podcast early.
right? What was you about to say, Ridge?
to me, I can't sleep on the Sorcerer's Stone.
Right.
But I can sleep on one of them that I didn't really care for.
I have a feeling we're about to have a good argument about that one, buddy. And I think I'll save it for the last because I know which one it is. All right. So
I think we're all pretty much going to agree on the worst one.
we got the Half Blood Prince against Deathly Hallows Part One. Ridge, go ahead, buddy.
Ooh, I don't like this matching.
It's a good one.
Uh, yeah. So, damn. I'm going to have to go with the Half Blood Prince.
Okay. That's a good. I mean, that's an understandable point.
I mean, I can't really say, that there's a full on reason why I have to go with it.
Well, here. I'll say the reason because
Other than, they're both really good.
I'll say the reason why I think that makes more sense. Deathly Hallows Part One was pretty much like the setup for the second one, of course. It was more about like how the Horcruxes was breaking them down, and it showed the severity of the Horcruxes and what they could do, the damage that they could do to people, and how like even like the style that they shot the movie, it was like a little bit more grittier to give you that feeling. But in the Half Blood Prince, I mean, you get the fucking shock of Snape being the Half Blood Prince, and the whole thing Draco using that cabinet to bring people into Hogwarts or onto Hogwarts, and it was supposed to be him to kill Voldemort, or not Voldemort, but Dumbledore, and Snape ended up killing him, which shattered everything for Harry. And then the whole thing with Dumbledore, the whole where they go to that place in the water, and he was like, "Don't let me give up," and Harry literally had to keep force feeding him, and he was like, "No, please, don't give me more, please." That motherfucker was on his last toes, and Harry kept shoving that shit down his throat, and just the emotion behind that movie. I don't know. I felt like it was one of the more emotional Harry Potter movies, because it even starts off after Order of the Phoenix, which
Okay, we can get to a debate about that too.
yeah. But it's just like I think I'm with you, Ridge. Half Blood Prince wins because I felt like there's a lot more I guess story meaning into it. I mean, like I said, Deathly Hallows Part One is more building up for the ending. But I feel like story ending, and I think what really made the series shift from the more kind-hearted evil stuff to the really dark stuff. I mean, yeah, Cedric Diggory died in the fourth one, but I feel like this one was where we were all like, "Oh, it's getting serious." Like, because yeah, it is the one right before the last two, but yeah, my vote's for Half Blood Prince. Caleb.
Yeah, Half Blood Prince, 100%. Half Blood's my second favorite of all time. Uh, and that's not taking away from the other movie, but it's just all around Half Blood Prince, in my opinion, was the better movie. And Deathly Hallows Part 1, while it was also serious on that level, it didn't have the same implications Half Blood did.
Mikey.
And it
Oh,
was,
sorry,
you
Caleb.
know,
I thought you was done. My bad.
no, no. um, I just feel like, watching Dumbledore die, seeing that Snape, was the Half Blood Prince the whole time. The one, he was the one that wrote that spell, which is my favorite spell, by the way. Um, I just, yeah, all in all, I think it's a better movie.
Okay, Mikey.
So my pick is the Half Blood Prince, and it's for what I feel like might be a very niche reason. Back in the day when video stores were still around and you could rent stuff from video stores, I went to a video shop in Madisonville. They built a bank there now ever since that place shut down. Thanks, Redbox. Thanks, Netflix. Childhood ruined, though I guess everybody who enjoyed Blockbuster can say the same thing. Uh, I rented more than once an Xbox 360 game, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
Word.
And I played the absolute crap out of that game, and I played it a lot. In fact, I have nostalgic memories of the potion mixing minigame because I thought that was the absolute tits. The game managed to really immerse me into the world of Harry Potter. You got to mix potions, you got to duel other wizards, you got to it felt a lot like how Hogwarts, the newest Harry Potter one, that one.
Yeah, yeah.
It felt a lot like after playing that one, it feel Half Blood Prince. That one feels inspired by it. Like it made me feel like I was at Hogwarts more than that one did.
Right.
At that time, because obviously one game wasn't invented before then. But still, like I have a lot of nostalgic memories of that, and I loved using the actual spell Snape had created, as well as Expelliarmus and many other things, and getting to fight Dementors and running around the Hogwarts grounds, running into Hagrid every so often, and getting to say hi, hearing everyone's voice actors and stuff. It was really cool. So Half Blood Prince for me.
And
Yeah, Second Tempera is like the sickest freaking spell.
and before we get away from it, rest in peace to Dobby. That's
R.I.P. Dobby.
we can't go
Yeah,
on
I think that
without
was
super
that right there
thrusting.
was probably part of the movie that really made me mad at that one.
I mean, it made sense.
Yeah, I still didn't care for that happening. It made me so mad.
He a free elf now, boys.
Free with the
Free
Lord.
from his mortal shell, yes.
All right, here we go. I saved this one because I felt like this one was going to be the quickie of the group. We've got Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 versus Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Ridge, go ahead.
Harry Potter and what, and then what?
Son.
As
Harry,
you can tell, I was definitely paying attention.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 versus the Order of the Phoenix.
Deathly Hollows Part 2.
Let me guess, Order of the Phoenix is your least favorite one?
No.
Wait, which one is your least favorite one?
My least favorite one is the one that we started off with.
Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's your least favorite?
I thought you were
Yeah.
hinting that Order of the Phoenix was your least favorite.
Yeah, because I mean, Order of the Phoenix, I like it, but it's still my least.
Y'all need to you need to rewatch that if you think it's that if it's not as good as some. I'm not saying that it's better than Deathly Hallows Part Two because it really isn't. And I'm picking
No,
Deathly Hallows Part Two because that movie's like the Avengers Endgame level of Harry Potter movies.
it really is. That's why it's my favorite.
But
But
To
like,
me, the most
don't get me wrong, I
iconic
love Order
part
of the
of that
Phoenix,
was
but
whenever he sat there and hopped out of the line of the kids that were in having to be in school.
how dare you stand where he stood? How dare
Yep.
you? Yeah, that was a fire scene. But I think Order of the Phoenix is the most slept on Harry Potter movie, and I said that in the last video. Is I think Sirius Black's my favorite character, so we get the most of him in this one, and sadly it is also the one where he passes, but I really love that character. I love the story of the movie. I think it's definitely feels like the Infinity War of the franchise in my opinion, because it's like it ended badly and then the next movie we're ending on a high, like ended badly again. And there was three straight movies that ended badly to lead up to the finale, but the movie is fantastic. But like I said, I'm not picking it over Deathly Hallows Part Two. It's how could you? That's insane to even think about. Caleb, and you've already pretty much stated your thing, right?
you already they know.
Mikey.
Oh yeah,
Uh, Deathly Hallows Part Two because everyone was gassing up Harry when Neville was the chosen one all along.
I mean, like I said, it's a
Oh, for
true.
real, I do love that movie so much. Actually, my favorite part of the movie is McGonagall's spell with the Stone Knights.
Oh yeah, and she's like, I always wanted to do this.
She's
I've always wanted to
go
use that spell.
protect the students, do your duty, defend Hogwarts. Oh, I've always wanted to use that spell. I love that so much. Oh my god, I was so happy. It was so cool.
I just think the whole. I really the one thing about the movies that I wish they would have kept in the movies when Draco threw his wand to Harry,
Oh yeah, dude, I'm there. I'm there with you. That
because
Yeah, where he just like tosses it to him and goes, Potter.
I was
They should have left that in there because at least then, like the ending, I think would have made more sense when they nodded at each other.
right.
It would have meant. I think it would have. I felt like it would have meant a lot more.
Well, they Draco is a stronger. I mean, not stronger, but Draco's a complicated character, and if they would have kept that part in, I feel like it would have gave him a good resolution instead of just him and his family just turning around and dipping out. And it's like,
Yeah,
he dipped out before Harry. No, no, he was there when Harry flipped up, right? Or was it did they started to walk away before
yeah. He
Harry?
he was there because his mom called him over to the other side because she was she was doing her best to protect everybody as much as she could.
Right.
So
But, that's the one thing from the movie I wish they would have kept in, but we seem to all be on the pretty same page because we all unanimously picked that first round, so I'm not expecting that in this next one. Um so the first of the semifinals, we got Prisoner of Azkaban versus Half Blood Prince. Ridge.
Uh, Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay. Okay. Caleb.
Half Blood Prince,
Okay.
as I've stated, that's my second favorite movie.
Mikey.
it's the Half Blood Prince for me. Can't beat that nostalgia.
Yeah, I think I have to go Half Blood Prince here too. I do love Prisoners of Azkaban a lot, but besides Deathly Hallows Part Two and Chamber of Secrets, to me Half Blood Prince is the third best one. And just like Mikey said, it's nostalgic Because I remember when I got my first PS3, the first Blu-ray movie I ever owned was Half-Blood Prince, and it was on repeat for a long time. So it's definitely my most seen Harry Potter movie. Okay,
Yeah,
now
it's my second most.
we got the Deathly Hallows Part 2 versus Goblet of Fire. The two best ones facing off. Ridge, you go first, brother.
Definitely all those part two.
You saying Deathly Hallows Part 2?
Yes.
Caleb, I already know your pick. Go
Yeah, and I
ahead.
love Goblet of Fire. Don't get me wrong, I really love Goblet of Fire, but definitely Hallows Part Two.
Mikey?
Gonna have to be the Deathly Hallows Part 2 for me, dog.
Oh, it's not unanimous because I'd still pick Goblet of Fire, but I understand why you'd put Deathly Hallows. I just like Goblet of Fire is special in my heart.
Yeah,
So
It's a very special movie.
yeah. All right, now we got the finale. We got Deathly Hallows Part 2 versus the Half Blood Prince. Ridge, I know your answer, but go ahead and state it to the jury.
Definitely all those part two.
Same thing for you, Caleb.
yep, same thing. Deathly Hallows.
Now, Mikey, what's your pick?
Hmm, man. I think I'm gonna have to go with the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
And it's unanimous. I mean, like, again, how can you pick over the most epic movie in the franchise? The big finale, the big hoorah. They put everything you like about these movies in this movie. How can you not pick it?
Yeah, and I mean, I really badly want to say Half Blood Prince because I love that movie. That is such a hard one for me to choose between, and it's the one that introduced my favorite spell, which was Severus' spell, Sect of Sempra. But the Deathly Hallows Part Two was like the best way for that entire thing to end.
Yeah.
They did not skip a beat. They didn't make a mistake, in my opinion. Um, the only thing I wish that they could have done differently is maybe Snape didn't have to die, considering he's a master of potions and should know and defensive against the dark. He knows all the dark arts, obviously, but
And
I mean, you don't
it was
think
I
he
think
wouldn't have
it
been
was
able to?
necessary, him dying.
it was
I did
canon. It was a
well.
canon event.
It's a canon event, but I just feel like
I can
being
hear Miguel
who he
O'Hara
is,
coming
he
to
would have
beat
been
Caleb's
way more
ass right
prepared for
now.
that.
His-
I'm just ready for this new TV series to come out.
yeah, me
I
too. I
don't know
mean,
if I'm ready for it. I hope it's good. I'm telling you though that that first episode, that's going to be an important
it's definitely gonna
episode
be. I'm definitely nervous, but
Why are
I'm
you nervous about it?
because we've watched other big companies destroy what we love.
it's
Listen,
it's just this
it's
franchise
going
means
to work.
This
this
franchise means a lot to
this
people.
franchise means a lot to me, and I grew up. I went and watched every single one of these movies opening weekend, and this shit means so much to me. I just don't want it to get fucked up, you know.
Can
Yeah.
I put your mind at ease real quick, guys?
Go ahead.
First off, y'all realize who's making this, right?
No.
The same company that also has the Penguin under its umbrella,
No. Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
Ah,
yeah, but like
making TV shows here. I'm not
we'll
talking
just have to
about.
see. Hey, I mean, look, they could be very good at one set of movies and completely different on another set.
Promise you, they're going to get in the right people for Harry Potter. They're not going to fuck that up.
Um,
Well,
I,
Warner Brothers hasn't proven very trustworthy lately. So
I don't know. Penguins bop.
Penguin's good, yes, but that's I feel like that's just one of the. I mean, it's just I'm worried because Warner Brothers is on a massive downward slope when it
It
comes to
it's
doing
just to
things
me.
right.
It's just to me. Harry Potter is one of those franchises where I feel like shouldn't be touched.
Yeah, it's very fragile, and you shouldn't. It's like having something extremely valuable but fragile at the same
But
time, and it
but to
just takes
know
one bad mistake to really ruin its perspective for a lot of people.
but to know that they're bringing in young kids to age with the movies to make it realistic, and that they're building like they're bringing in a lot more from the books and everything. I'm super stoked about all that. I'm just it's more of a I'll have to be proven that it's good type of thing. Is I have faith that it will. I'm just nervous about it because how much
It's
those
gonna
movies mean to
it's
me.
Yeah, I think it's just going to come down to whether or not the execution is done right. Because if you notice, that's been a big problem at Warner Brothers is execution, and they're done the right way, and it's worrying.
Right.
So I'm
You
gonna
know,
try
one
to
of
stay
the
positive about it,
producers,
but naturally I'm pessimistic in a lot of ways. So I'm just trying to stay realistic about it, so that it's not too disappointing if they do screw up.
Right.
one of the producers produced Game of Thrones, The Last of Us, and the Entourage.
That's pretty good
What
name.
season of
So
Game of Thrones?
probably all of it. They
Well, the
Produced.
ending was trash. So if as long as we don't as long as we don't push that series to that kind of ending style, then we should be okay.
I have full confidence in it, guys.
but
I mean, they're going to be able to dive deeper into these
yeah.
books.
Them it being a series and them being able to take more time on it. That's what I am excited about.
I would have been really thrilled to see them try to make movies about how the Deathly Hallows became a legend.
They could always still do it.
Well, but you know what I mean. Like, I feel like that right there is like that's a gold mine right there waiting to, you could really do something with that story and make like making a prequel that leads into that becoming the real thing, and you could do some stuff with that. I think I think that's a really good concept, and I'm kind of honestly a little disturbed that they haven't considered that.
Well, they're just all the controversy that J.K. Rowling keeps getting in. I'm sure they don't really think about it.
Mwah. That's all I gotta say. I want the movies. Screw what people's personal opinions about certain stuff is. It's you know whatever. I feel like just give the fans what they want.
Hi, yes,
It,
Warner Bros. Yeah, no, no, it's me. Yeah, yeah. My cousin apparently has very good ideas that you may or may not have already thought of, but he thinks you need to hear them. Yeah,
again.
yeah. No, I'll run it by him. Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Yes, I heard Ridge's under the umbrella joke with the penguin. Very good. Yep, yep. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Yet another message from our supreme overlords.
Bad news, guys. We're canceled.
Oh, they were canceled. Shock. Shocking. Just like they canceled every other good thing that was going to come
No, no,
out.
you misunderstand. They're
No,
canceling us.
that's Kathleen Kennedy that
Oh
does that.
God.
All right, that's we got to save that part for another time.
Yeah, because we're still going to throw that bitch under the bus any chance we get.
But well, is there? But well, there wasn't much besides football and everything that happened this week. Is there anything else that you can think about, Ridge?
I mean, there's a lot I can think about, but
You catch what I'm saying, damn it.
because I mean, we could just get into Star Wars stuff now.
No,
Oh
we'll
man.
take another 3 hours talking about that.
Yeah, because we're going to have some seriously probably heated opinions about that one.
You think it'll take 3 hours?
I think our
At
podcast would be
least
a whole
two.
hell of a lot longer than it should be if we did.
No. Uh-uh.
How about this? I got an idea.
I love stirring the pot, guys. All right, so
I got an
of course
idea.
I'm gonna say it's fine.
I got an idea for next week's episode. Next week, we talk about the situation that's going on in Star Wars, and I want each of us to individually say if you had to come up with the idea of the next trilogy of Star Wars, what would you do?
You know what else I want us to do?
What's that?
I want us to all say one good thing about Kathleen Kennedy.
You got a whole
I'll
week to
say it
think
right.
about
Yeah,
it.
I'll say it right now if you want.
You got a whole week
No,
to think about it.
no, I'll give you a week.
I don't need to think about it. The one good thing about her is she's on her way out.
Well, not yet. No, unfortunately, no.
Oh, I'm certain of it, dude. It ain't gonna be much longer before you not hear before it. She's an afterthought.
Look, Caleb, Ridge is when it comes to stuff like this, Ridge keeps up with it more than anybody I know.
Well, just based on what I've heard them saying, what they want to do with the next trilogy, I can tell
Don't
you this:
believe
I won't
everything you read
watch
on
it.
the internet, Caleb.
Huh?
Don't believe everything you read on the
Oh,
internet.
I'm talking not. No, I'm talking about like looking around and seeing what's been discussed about what they're talking about doing and what it sounds like. It sounds stupid as shit so far.
Like I said, next week we'll talk about what they're looking to do and what they're thinking about doing, what they're talking about doing. Then we all got a week to think of something nice to say about Kathleen Kennedy. Then, then
It
each,
sounds like a chorus letter.
then individually, we will take our time to express if we had to make the next trilogy in Star Wars, the next story, what would you pick? And I'm gonna set this straight too. We can't go back. This is gonna be either one a new thing or two sequel to the sequel series saga.
Oh, I got you, fam.
Because I don't want to go back. Because of course everybody wants the Old Republic. Of course everybody wants Revan. Of course everybody wants to see Cal Kestis. I want your original opinion. Y'all cool with that? I mean, I figure we're all big Star Wars fans, and we all have bigger brains than what we feel like we do. But especially when it comes to Star Wars. But let's do that next week. I feel like that'd be a really good episode. And I think it'd be a fun thing to do.
Yeah, right.
But
Okay.
Caleb, Mike, you got anything else to say today?
No. I thought I had something honest. I lost it. No.
Eat your
Thanks for
vegetables,
listening.
kid.
What'd you say, Rich?
Eat your vegetables, kids.
Mikey, did you end up
Yeah,
saying something?
I was gonna say eat, sleep, yeet, and repeat.
I just said
And
thanks
no,
for
I don't
listening.
mean your vegetables as in the greens and whatnot. You know what I mean.
That broccoli.
No,
nah, man.
No,
that's not what I mean neither.
I don't know what you talking about. Then
It's wrong, is all I'm going to say.
is it wrong?
Imagination.
Your imagination's all fucked up.
Okay.
All
Mikey,
going to hell.
All right.
Mikey,
Nah,
what?
I see how it is.
Mike,
That's fine.
Mikey, what was you saying?
I was gonna say thanks for listening, but now I'm sorry, y'all.
No, you're not.
We're not sorry one bit. All of you.
Always
You know
remember.
what? You know what? I was apologizing to them. I, however, am also sorry. Not for any specific reason. Just I hate that I have to know what that means. Why was I cursed with knowledge?
Well,
A goddamn apple.
like we always say, guys, like, follow, subscribe. If you like us, share us out. Help us get our name out there. And as of right now, there's no more conventions to go to for the rest of the year, so it's a big womp womp on that. But so we do got to get Christmas gifts, so that saves us some money on that. Um,
I won't
hopefully,
talk about Christmas yet.
but next year, I'm sure we got some cons that we got to visit and everything. Hopefully, we get some
Possible concerts.
possible concert. Yeah, just keep lookout. I'm sure we got some cool things going to come in on down the road. We don't know that yet, but I'm sure we'll get there eventually.
And I want us to try to get into doing a couple unboxings next year.
Anything is cool. Just as time develops, different style content's gonna be coming out. Just you gotta understand, we're new to this shit. Sometimes we're a little anxious on different things, but we're getting there. But I think that's it for the episode. I know it's kind of a short episode this week, but felt like we said a good amount of stuff. But
Yeah.
I hope
We said words.
yeah. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the episode. Stay safe this week. You never know, crazy ass motherfuckers out there. But enjoy. I hope you enjoyed it. Peace out, guys.
Bye.